Have you ever felt like you were staring into the face of danger, with no way out? Imagine this: you're running for your life, heart pounding, breath ragged, knowing that just one wrong step could mean disaster. Now, here's the curious part: what if, in that moment of absolute despair, you found peace? What if you discovered that even when everything seems hopeless, there's a power greater than yourself watching over you? Well, that's exactly what happened to a man named David, a shepherd boy turned king, a poet, a warrior, and someone who faced some of the darkest moments imaginable. And today, we're diving deep into one of his most powerful prayers, Psalm 34. It's not just a prayer, it's a story of survival, trust, and divine protection. So, grab a cup of coffee or tea, settle in, and let me take you on a journey through history, faith, and hope. To truly understand Psalm 34, we need to go back in time, to around 1000 BC, during the reign of King Saul. At this point, David was still a young man, known for his bravery in defeating Goliath. But instead of basking in glory, he became a fugitive. Why? Because King Saul, consumed by jealousy, saw David as a threat to his throne. David spent years hiding in caves, forests, and deserts, constantly looking over his shoulder. One particularly harrowing episode occurred when David fled to the land of the Philistines, Israel's enemies. He sought refuge in the city of Gath, but things quickly turned dangerous. The Philistines recognized him as the same David who had killed their champion, Goliath. Fearing for his life, David did something desperate: he pretended to be insane. He drooled, scratched at doors, and acted deranged until the Philistine king dismissed him as harmless. Now, here's the intriguing question: how does someone who has just escaped death by pretending to be mad find the strength to write a psalm about God's goodness? The answer lies in David's unwavering faith. Even in his lowest moments, David clung to the belief that God was with him. Psalm 34 is believed to have been written shortly after this incident, serving as both a personal testimony and a message of hope for future generations. Let's break down Psalm 34 together, verse by verse, so we can fully grasp its beauty and depth. I'll explain the key concepts, provide historical context, and share insights that will make this timeless prayer come alive for you. Verse 1-3. I will bless the Lord at all times, his praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul shall boast in the Lord, let the humble hear and rejoice. Oh, magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt his name together. These opening lines set the tone for the entire psalm. Notice how David doesn't say, I will bless the Lord only when things are going well. No, he commits to praising God at all times. This teaches us an important lesson: true worship isn't dependent on our circumstances. Whether we're celebrating victories or enduring trials, our focus should remain on God's greatness. The mention of humility is also significant. In Hebrew culture, humility wasn't seen as weakness but as a virtue. By inviting others to join him in exalting God, David emphasizes the communal aspect of faith. Faith isn't meant to be lived in isolation, it's meant to bring people together. Verses 4-7. I sought the Lord, and he answered me and delivered me from all my fears. Those who look to him are radiant, and their faces shall never be ashamed. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him and saved him out of all his troubles. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him and delivers them. Here, David reflects on his own experience of deliverance. When he says, he delivered me from all my fears, he's likely referring to moments like his escape from the Philistines. Fear is a natural human response, but David reminds us that God is bigger than any fear we might face. The imagery of angels encamping around believers is especially powerful. In Jewish tradition, angels were seen as divine messengers and protectors. David reassures us that God sends his heavenly hosts to guard those who trust in him. Isn't that comforting to know? Verses 8-10. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who takes refuge in him. Oh, fear the Lord, you his saints, for those who fear him have no lack. The young lions suffer want and hunger, but those who seek the Lord lack no good thing. David uses sensory language here, taste and see, to invite us to experience God's goodness firsthand. Have you ever bitten into a ripe fruit and felt its sweetness burst in your mouth? That's the kind of joy David wants us to find in God. Notice the contrast between the young lions and those who seek the Lord. Lions were symbols of strength and dominance in ancient cultures. Yet even they can experience hunger and scarcity. On the other hand, those who rely on God are promised provision. This doesn't mean life will always be easy, but it does mean that God will meet our deepest needs. Verses 11 to 14. Come, O children, listen to me, I will teach you the fear of the Lord. What man is there who desires life and loves many days, that he may see good? Keep your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking deceit. Turn away from evil and do good, seek peace and pursue it. In these verses, David shifts from personal testimony to practical teaching. He addresses his audience as children, emphasizing the importance of passing down wisdom to future generations. The fear of the Lord doesn't mean being afraid of God, rather, it means respecting and revering him. David offers simple yet profound advice: watch your words, avoid evil, and actively pursue peace. These principles are timeless. Think about it. How often do conflicts arise because of careless speech or selfish actions? By living intentionally, we honor God and create harmony in our relationships. Verses 15 to 22. The eyes of the Lord are toward the righteous, and his ears are open to their cry. The face of the Lord is against those who do evil, to cut off the memory of them from the earth. When the righteous cry for help, the Lord hears and delivers them out of all their troubles. The Lord is near to the broken-hearted and saves the crushed in spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. He keeps all his bones, not one of them is broken. Affliction will slay the wicked, and those who hate the righteous will be condemned. The Lord redeems the life of his servants, none of those who take refuge in him will be condemned. This final section reinforces the central theme of Psalm 34, God's faithfulness to his people. David assures us that God sees our struggles, his eyes are toward the righteous, and hears our prayers, his ears are open to their cry. Even when we feel broken and defeated, God draws near to heal and restore us. One fascinating detail is the promise that not one of the righteous person's bones will be broken. This foreshadows Jesus Christ, whose body remained unbroken during his crucifixion, a fulfillment of prophecy pointing to his role as the ultimate Redeemer. David concludes with a sobering reminder: while the righteous may face hardships, they are ultimately delivered by God. In contrast, those who reject God face eternal consequences. This stark dichotomy underscores the urgency of choosing whom we will serve. So, what does Psalm 34 mean for us today? First, it reminds us that God hasn't changed. Just as he delivered David, he continues to deliver those who trust in him. Second, it challenges us to live lives marked by humility, gratitude, and obedience. Think about the last time you faced a difficult situation. Did you turn to God, or did you try to handle it on your own? Psalm 34 invites us to lean on God's strength, knowing that he is faithful. It also calls us to extend kindness and compassion to others, reflecting God's love in a broken world. Finally, Psalm 34 gives us hope. Life is unpredictable, and we all encounter storms. But just as David found refuge in God, so can we. As the psalm declares, the Lord redeems the life of his servants. That redemption reaches its fullest expression in Jesus Christ, who offers eternal salvation to all who believe in him. Psalm 34 ends with a promise: none of those who take refuge in him will be condemned. Let that sink in. No matter where you've been or what you've done, God offers refuge. His arms are open wide, ready to welcome you home. As you go about your day, remember David's example. Praise God in every season, trust Him in every trial, and share His goodness with those around you. After all, the story of Psalm 34 isn't just David's story, it's ours too. Before you go, I want to personally invite you to be part of our growing community here at Prayer Universe. If this video touched your heart or brought you peace, take a moment to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a prayer or message that can uplift your spirit. But most importantly, I'd love to hear from you. In the comments below, share just one word or phrase of motivation that this video inspired in you, whether it's hope, gratitude, peace, or something else. Your words matter deeply to us because they help guide the content we create for this channel. Together, let's build a space filled with faith, encouragement, and connection. Thank you for being here, and remember, every prayer counts. See you in the next one.